We start with Capacity Worksheet. The primary purpose of this worksheet is to maintain and verify the capacity in terms of physical rack quantities. Now, this capacity forecast is created on quarterly level. It can either be generated using statistical engine or can be integrated from another system. In this example, the capacity forecast has been loaded from engineering system. On left-hand side, you have high-level classification of hardware, whether it's type 1, 2, or 3. Then you have product line, and then high-level rack type. This information is coming from Agile integration, and then you have modules on which the capacity will be maintained. On the right-hand side series, you have quantities and any possible updates to those capacity units. The next step is to verify the configuration, which is coming from Agile or other PLM system. You can also create the BOM within Demantra if you don't have the primary PLM system to maintain BOM and configuration. Here, you see all the base models and corresponding BOM definitions at the bottom. You have CTO tree, item description vendor and manufacturer, along with vendors and manufacturers. You can see BOM usage and extended quantity required per top-level assembly. Choosing the combination with same hardware and minimum price is the key to successful expense allocation. For that, one of the key major steps is to enter the accurate price. Now, this price can be entered for different configurations based on options and also for different manufacturers and vendors combinations. This price will drive the dollar level differences between the configurations. Now, we have multiple worksheets to enter the price and the discounts at component, top-level assembly, and vendor-level price worksheets. We have assemble-level worksheets which allow you to enter assembly cost, which is form of service charges, shipping charges, and warranty charges on top of that. We also have the commodity-level worksheet, which a commodity manager can use to enter the price without worrying about top-level assembly. Now, these worksheets are made available to the vendors using Demantra Anywhere capability. From here, the next step is to do the high-level allocation for the commodities across the top-level modules. In this worksheet, you see model-level allocation on the top and overall global allocation at the bottom along with the pie chart. This step allows you to do the global allocation and then do the redistribution at the local level and vice versa. In this example, let me do the allocation between Micron and Samsung on this level and see how it changes at the bottom level. So now you see it's 50-50 distributed, and now I am assessing 100% to Micron and 0% to Samsung and save the data. So now you see the overall percent has changed from 51.3% to 51.9%, which is close to 52%. Similarly, if you make changes at bottom, it will change the numbers at assembly level. Now we are at expense allocation worksheet. This indeed is the most important worksheet in which the final expense allocation is performed. You see all the options against the base model along with additional details like physical quantity demand, exploded quantity for the components, price and discounted price by the manufacturer, and all the dollar calculations rolled up to the higher levels. The case where you have multiple options, you have editable series to change the split. For example, here I can change the split from 50% 50% to 100-0. So like before, I put everything in Hitachi and make Western Digital 0, and then can press this button to refresh the worksheet. And while the refresh, System also performs a validation to make sure that the new quantities match with old quantities. So this test is successful. Let's see what happens if I enter a wrong quantity here. So rather than entering 5,580, let me enter 6,000 here and try to save. So when I save and click on refresh button, it again does the validation. So this time, the validation fails and we get the message on the screen saying that the quantity check failed. So during expense allocation, I can keep trying all best combinations until I reach to my desired dollar amount. An excellent feature to support this process is Copy Scenario, which is located here. So while I am playing with the numbers, I can save my client status as a new scenario and can compare the scenarios side by side to see which one does better. So I'll click on Copy Scenario button and give it a new name, Demo Copy, and press Copy Scenario button. Once all the scenarios have been reviewed, then the best scenario gets approved for creation of PO. Now here I'm on the PO worksheet from where the PO creation happens into eBusiness Suite. Now once I submit for PO approval, all the related details are gathered and shown in Demantra worksheet. Now here you can see information related to vendor sites, all the details that are needed to create a PO right here. It also shows the future PO number using the sequence from Oracle PO module. It also shows if there is a setup missing for any of the items or organizations, and you will see that in the form of the error messages. Now, this mechanism allows you to approve the entire scenario and manage the scenario rather than PO lines one by one, spend by vendors, and KPI. Once the PO is created, you can use Demantra to look at your KPIs. For example, spend by vendor, spend by category by type. Now, while doing that, you can compare multiple scenarios as well. Here in this example, where we are comparing the baseline scenario with other scenario, which was saved some time ago. You can also look at some of the key measures like dollar per gigabyte, dollar per terabytes, and dollar per RCU. You can review the numbers along with time and scenario. This concludes our demo. Thanks for watching.